Good morning. It's only about 8 in the morning here, but I went to bed earlier and I feel like I need to set the record straight. First of all, hi Mary Jane Doe. This shouldn't be too long. I'm talking kind of quiet. My daughter might be still asleep. This is the thing. First and foremost, if I was a scorned, jealous lady hag, as she likes to call me and many other older people, and I looked at Sierra Queen Pin Clark's playlist. You guys should go over there and check it out. It's pretty amazing. I thought I saw all of her texts. How PJ, for the first 2 years, put down that poor man. Hi, Martin Rowe. So I'm talking about this because, well, it needs to be said. So if I was that upset about, the visit and all of this, wouldn't I have done all this and stuck up for myself and talked about this 2 years ago? Think about it. She's the one that was throwing my name in there and just had to put a thumbnail up of it's supposed to be me and Sierra, which doesn't look like either of us at all. And then she proceeded at the end. Yeah, thank you, Dodie. Thank you. She proceeded at the end of her live to literally nearly beg me for receipts. Usually it's just denial, and shove everything under the rug. No, she was like, I want to see receipts. So that's what I did. Now, I read the messenger, but then some of her followers were harassing me to the point where I had to turn my comments off. And so I sent more receipts. Thank you, Dodie. Thank you. Yeah, enough is enough. It's ridiculous. She thinks she's had enough? Are you kidding? I have been stifled for 2.5 years. And for all I know, all the stress and anxiety of keeping things quiet for so long, we're not talking a few weeks or a few months, for a long time, okay? Our talking on Messenger, and I don't care what he does with the videos. Yeah, I said it. I'm spilling more tea. Okay, the only other person I did anything like that with in my entire life was not Darren, but Dennis. And that's because he was a truck driver, and yeah, and lots of women do that kind of thing out there, but they won't admit it. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Why should I be afraid? If you want to please someone that you like, and they're asking, I mean, think about it, and they're asking for, first it's pictures and then it's videos. I mean, so this is the thing. It was fun while it lasted, and I'm fine today. I'm totally fine. I mean, if you look at I've been doing lives lately. I don't care about this anymore. I don't care. Okay, Jimmy's changed. He's changed. He says he's the same person as Dolly Vision. He's not. He is a different person. I mean, lots of people say he's changed. Team Rose typed it in my messenger yesterday and said he's changed. And we talked a little bit. She brought him up because of ice. So, yeah, he's not the same person. Okay? So let's see. Where was I going with this? So, any women out there, Lindsay, which is maybe Rock This Girl, I'm not quite sure. Missa, all right, who else is there? Sierra, 3 different times. Me, 3 times in one visit. I gave you guys proof. I didn't take pictures, but yeah, my thumbnail is me taking a picture of myself to send to Jimmy. Big deal. I was down there. And this is the thing. Because he never was forthright and said they were on and off to me, why can't I continue being a friend and maybe more with him? They weren't married. They weren't solid in his eyes. You know? And it was only a very few months after they started dating. Think about it, you guys. They start dating, what, December 5th? She likes to say they're official. Okay, we got 1 month that goes by, January, then February, and the end of March. He reached out to me. WYD, what you doing? I mean, I was flattered, but I was mostly shocked. And if I had any inkling he had a girlfriend, I mean, that's why I was so shocked, because I figured he did. And out of what? Thousands of women, or 100, or people that he knows, or knows from the town even, or what? I just figured he was kind of lonely. But the thing is, he reeled me in. I mean, literally, kind of like I was a fish or something. He reeled me in. And this isn't bashing Jimmy. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying that was his character back then. And he liked to have control. Okay? When I did these little videos for him, he would tell me what he wanted me to do. I'm not making any of this up. I've never had a man tell me when he's pleasing himself to lick my fingers. You know, I've never, ever had anyone do that. Yeah, we're both adults. So, you know, it was kind of neat or whatever. Now, I know, laugh emojis. Well, and he asked me to do something else too, but I don't want to embarrass him. I don't think what I've said so far has. But I'm not going to say the other thing he asked me to do, and I was actually willing to do it. So, everything I stated about their relationship isn't made up, nothing like that, because I've been talking to someone, and I won't say who, but very, very, very close to him. So everything I said about their past, him having to change the locks, him feeling like he had to get her that ring, which he verbally fought against, you know, oh, now you're putting the pressure on me, blah, 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 okay? She can think they're happily engaged, and in fact, after all this weirdness for 3 days, maybe they really, really are now. I don't know. If he's happy, honestly, if he is happy more of the time than not, because I know all relationships have problems. Yeah, I saw the messages. I mean, they're just talking along, and then Sierra's like, what? Why are you mad at him or whatever? And she's like, oh, why are you asking so much? It seems like you're just waiting on the side to be with him again. That shocked me. She knows she's insecure, and that's the way it goes. But again, if he's happy, if they're happy 75% of the time, let's say, and 25 they have problems and she gets jealous and he has to explain or repeat or give her the cold shoulder, you know, like in the past, okay? Well, then that's good, isn't it? That's good. So, yeah. I was curious if she wrote a post about me, or even Sierra, and she did. And I read all the comments, and I understand people have issues as they're getting to know each other in the beginning. And she found, her perfect YouTuber? She was a mod for Uniblock for a while. That was the name I was searching for before. And then that, whatever that guy's name is. Thank you so much. What is it? Not Amin, but whatever his name is. The one that I believe was married when she saw him for a while. And then, let's not forget, before all that, her husband moved out while she was at work. She admitted that to Sierra. I saw that last night in a text. I was not planning on doing another live. If I was, wouldn't I have done one yesterday? Talking about Jimmy and everything? No. I'm moving on to how I feel about ICE and the Minnesota protests. And I think it's extremely important. And I think it's amazing that so many people are out there in this really cold weather, which you Southerners are getting a taste of. And they were in front of the Hilton Suites where these ICE agents were trying to sleep, and they were relentless on making noise in any way they could. And then it got really intense, and one of them ordered, I guess, probably DoorDash or something, and the doors wouldn't close for him. And oh my gosh, then this mob kind of, it turned into a slow mob mentality. Very slow, though. It wasn't storming the Capitol like we saw, like we all saw and were shocked at. It was just one person started throwing some snow in there, and that was later on. And then a policeman came, and that didn't even help. They just kept banging on things and blowing their whistles. There have not been fires set in Minnesota. It isn't unruly at all, but people are really, really angry. They were angry about Nicole Good, and now they're doubly or triply angry about Alex Preddy for good reason. So, you know, unless someone out there like her says something about me again, I really don't believe I'm going to address this again. But if I do, I have my right. And I have no regrets because I've been heard. And I feel validated now for my truth. Okay, so to BHB, Rock This Girl, Sierra, myself, Missa, and even possibly someone he could be video chatting, if you know what I mean, or whatever now. It's a pattern. He is a player, or he was. Maybe he isn't anymore. Maybe he's doing those things you do when you grow up. Building things, adding things, you know, he fixed up his house. He did all these things. I don't honestly believe, I'm just going to say this, I don't honestly believe if he didn't have his heart attack, he would have let her just live there. Serial cheater, says Mary Jane Doe. Well, this is the thing. You know, he just wasn't forthright with me. And I talked to him clear up until a year ago, you guys. Think about that. Think about that. Here's a little more tea for you. 3 months after they started dating, he stayed in touch with me all the way until last year. And he gave me that burner phone number. Facts. So, you know, she can think that it was some little way down deep in her soul 2-month fling, or, you know, talking to each other on Messenger. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he was doing 7 months ago, but she can think that. No, we stayed friends. And honestly, because we haven't talked now in a year and going on a month, I've been fine. Haven't you guys been seeing me dance and do my videos and continue with my channel? You know? Well, he was waiting to see if things would die down and I could come back over, because that's what he typed to me in Messenger. He said, keep doing you. Just keep doing your channel. You know? So he's aware I had a channel. He just wanted me to be happy too. But he knew, and I knew, that if this got out, it'd be pretty much hell to pay. And Destiny Rose couldn't keep her mouth shut. So it is what it is. Now, I'm too busy anyway to sit really in anybody's chat. I don't sit around in chats like so many YouTube people do. I mean, really, I don't have time for it. I'll have time to say hi or something. Even in Sierra's, ask Sierra. I haven't been over to her live in her chat in over a month. Sierra's a good friend of mine. So anyway, yeah. So there you go. They've been together 3 years, right? In December. Well, I've been in contact with him and him with me. And, you know, making videos and just trying to keep him so-called happy for, I would say, 3 years? No, 2 years. Because I haven't talked to him in a year. 2 years minus 3 months. So that's 24 months minus 3 is 21. 21 months. It's facts. Just saying it. So anyway, you guys, none of us thought she would ever leave. She's not going to leave. She's got it too good. I'll say it again. He's her money card. He just hands over his card to her. That's why I worded like that. That was in text too. I forgot all these things, but some of these texts were new that Sierra, Queen Pin Clark, posted. For her, he treated her like, after kind of the first time apparently, like he didn't even know her. Now that had to really hurt. Me? He literally typed in my messenger, can you come back in a couple of weeks? Not, I mean really, to Virginia. Not, oh, when do you think I can see you again? Or wow, when again? Nothing. He typed that out to me. Thank you. Thank you for putting our thing in. The other reason I am just sitting here telling this now without showing my face is, for one, it's like 8 in the morning, and I just wanted to get it done and over with. So hopefully this is the end of talking about it. You notice that Jimmy has never, with all the times Turtles have asked him in chat and hours of PJ, he doesn't address it, does he? Okay, he's kind of addressed Sarah, you know, a little bit with her, but not saying her name. He's never addressed me. That's because I know in my heart he did genuinely care about me. He genuinely liked me, and he genuinely was attracted to me. It was really nice. So that should tell you something. And again, if he addresses me and tries to say otherwise because she makes him move and he fights, he's not telling the truth. Okay, I can go to my grave knowing that. The static. Oh, something rubbing the phone. How long have you not been able to hear me? MS0426. Oh, oh, my hand's on it. Oh my God, you guys. My hand was on the speaker. Was it the whole time or part of the time? Can you hear me now? I'm done anyway, you guys. Can you hear me? Mary Jane Doe, is I okay in the beginning? Or was the whole thing like this? A good, well, off and on, yes. Okay. Can hear me now. Now it stopped. Oh my God, I can imagine. Was it the whole thing? Because I had my hand on the speaker. Okay, but you could hear me. Could you hear me though? Could you hear what I was saying? Couldn't really hear you at all from the beginning. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, maybe I'll have to do another live and repeat all of it. Because I just, good grief. So listen. Okay, thanks you guys so much. You heard most of it? Okay. Angie May says, nope, couldn't hear you. Okay, well, I'm going to end this now and see how crackly sounding it was. But again, you know, us older women that are in his chat, we don't deserve to be treated badly or called an old lady. Okay, intermediately. Okay, thanks you guys. Well, if I have to do another one, I'll wait until my daughter is fully awake. So it'll be in a little while if I have to do another one. Give a summary now. Oh my gosh, no, it's just, I don't know. Not even is, I know. So there you go. Was it crackly, but you could understand my words? That's what I need to know. Could you understand my words? I'm doing this because she made a post on me, and I'm letting her know that these last two lives I did. Okay, good. Thank you, Martin. The last two lives I did were in direct response to her asking for receipts. You don't think I couldn't have given these receipts last month, this past summer, 6 months before that, and beyond? She asked for it, you guys. Good grief. All right. Now for some truth is truth. Yeah. I mean, you know. Yeah, if she wants receipts, she should ask him. It's hers. Well, that's what I said when she was harassing me on Queen Bee's panel that time. I said, ask Jimmy. She hated it when I called him Jimmy. It's like, no, he's Dolly. Jimmy is just too close, whatever she said. I don't know. But when I said she hated me way back when I was on his panels, she typed that in Sierra's text. In fact, there was a screenshot of me and who are the other people? Luna and two other people. One didn't look that familiar. Oh, and then Jimmy in his standing up with his blunt in his hand, the avatar. And she says, I hate them all. Okay? This is how kind of nutty she was. And I wasn't even aware when I was on her panel or on his panel. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know she was watching like that. I didn't know she hated me. I knew she was bothered that I wanted to come to Summer's memorial. but I just ignored her letter telling me what to do when everyone else could go. So the whole thing was weird, and it's in the past. And again, I just want him to be happy because he does deserve that. Do I agree with his antics on the protests? Like you Southerners say, or whoever's listening, hell to the nah, nah, nah. I never heard that before. You know, yeah, insecure is an understatement, but she could better things in her life. Doesn't have to be a man, but some women have to have a man. Actually, when I was in my 40s, I had to have a man, and 30s and 20s. I always had to have a man. A boyfriend, a man, something. And that's why I covered there's codependence and there's interdependence. And I fully believe from what I've heard, seen, the interactions, on his lives in the past when she's sitting there and looking at him and not laughing at his jokes. Whatever, him trying to be funny. That they're codependent on each other, and that's not healthy. It's actually considered an unhealthy thing to be codependent. There's groups out there called Codependency No More, like AA. It's crazy. Look it up if you don't believe me. All right, this has been 32 minutes. Left couldn't stand to watch and be accused of being garbage. I hope you weren't called garbage. Gosh, MS0426. It's just, I have noticed though, lately, well, kind of since the so-called engagement ring thing, I've noticed that she's tapered down on attacking the women in chat. I have noticed that compared to 2 years ago. Okay, these are things that I experienced myself and saw. And, if Jimmy's going to cheat on her and stay friends with people, he should at least come clean. But she believes she's engaged, and, they have weapons in that house. I mean, I don't, it's a scary situation because it used to be very volatile. Maybe it's not anymore. I don't know. But I wish Jimmy the best. And I'll end saying again, this all came about because she wanted receipts. So I gave them. She was taunting me in her members only live with me and Sierra on her thumbnail. This is why. But I'm okay. I'm not. I don't. I mean, I haven't cried over not being over there in 2 years. I mean, really, I haven't. The last time I cried over not being over there was 2 times when I just couldn't help it, and I was like, please, please, let me come back at least in chat. The longer I'm away, the worse it's going to be for me. And then when November and December, because he said, give it through the holiday. I thought that'd be Thanksgiving. And then Christmas rolled around, and we were still talking on Messenger. I wasn't harassing him. I wasn't even contacting him every week about it. I wasn't like, oh, come on, it's been 2 more days. Nothing like that. But 2 times I was crying because I just missed the whole thing of being over there, you know? But I was the one that walked away in the middle of January 2 years ago. She tried to say again on this recent post that he told me I couldn't come back. He never did, you guys. He thought it would just all die down. You know, that's what he does. He's non-confrontational in that way. So I'm going to go listen back to this. And if I have to do another one to get some points across, I will. But it'll be a little later. Thanks, everyone. My voice was kind of low because my daughter was sleeping. Thank you. Thank you, Keith. Keith Utsi. Thank you so much. All right, you guys. Again, this wasn't planned either, but she has to make up continuous lies about me. You know, throws in her little, oh, I don't care. Her and Sierra, or whatever she said in these comments over on her post just yesterday or today even, saying that it's a lie and it's fantasy land, or how did she word it? Made up fantasy land, whatever. Okay? When you're so addicted to a person like she is with him and controlling, and you have to have what you have to have at all costs, I didn't expect her to leave, you guys. I didn't. None of us did. So now they're at the point, I guess, where she feels she needs him, he needs her, and I guess that's a good place to be, right? All right. Thanks for everyone being here. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. All right. Bye-bye.